Well, my gosh. Gilbert Gottfried for the first time on the show. There he is.
Hello.
Let's give you a little clap.
You see now, if it was a real radio station, you'd have like a little bell.
A little bell?
Yeah, like, oh, it's our first time caller, or
Right.
or like a bell or
A siren or
buzzer.
something.
Yeah.
A little sound we play when a new guest arrives.
Oh yes, or one of those like New Year's things that you.
A noisemaker.
Yeah, a noisemaker.
Just something to announce that we have a new friend on the show.
So can we do it
Yes.
for the second time you're in?
This is.
Hopefully there'll be a second time, and then we'll do it.
Oh,
we'll do it the
okay.
right way. We'll do it the right way for you.
yeah, we never do it first time. The second time we're all the noisemakers.
Yes.
That's the celebration of a friendship renewed.
Do you know Mark Norman?
How you doing?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
we've met years ago.
Yes.
I drove you to a strip club in Philadelphia.
No, that doesn't sound like me at all.
Oh, no, maybe it was
Yeah.
Monique. It was somebody.
Oh, yeah. So where was this?
We did, I'd opened for you at Helium, I don't know, 2013 or something, and you wanted to go, so I drove you, and then we couldn't find it. It was an hour drive. We didn't say a word the whole drive, and then we couldn't find it. I drove you right back.
Ah,
Not a word said.
that sounds about right.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I went to one strip club in Philly, and they called it the Elephant Graveyard. It was
Oh, wow.
because they
Big,
said
big ladies?
no, it's where the older ones go to die. It's
Oh.
like their,
Yes.
Oh.
And they
like
had them
their
chained by one leg.
it was like their last stop, and,
Oh,
and it was
wow.
known to be the Elephant Graveyard.
I love
And it
it.
became a thing
Yeah.
with the guys down there. Like, you want to go to the Elephant Graveyard?
Fuck it.
It was kind of fun. It was kind
Yeah.
of cool.
You ever been to the Claremont in Atlanta?
No,
It's just old,
I don't know. Maybe
hideous. Like all the ugly rejects go, and they're amazing. One girl could smash a beer can with her boobs.
I
they're all
hate that.
they're all
fucking
horrific.
That was
tricks.
That was part of the documentary on the Atlanta strip clubs.
Oh yeah, it's got to be. It's
Yes.
place is legendary.
New York was one of the last places to actually have attractive strippers, it seems like. Because for years, it was like junkies, you know,
Yeah.
like girls with track marks all over their arms. And then all of a sudden, it seemed like there was this new idea. Hey, how about attractive girls naked?
Yes.
You know, and that was like,
Became a gentleman's club thing.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I grew up on Long Island, and you know you weren't getting quality out there because if it was a quality girl, they were going to the city.
Oh, yeah.
They could make so much more money. So I remember all the scars and all sorts of
Oh,
actions
yeah.
going on their bodies.
Yeah, bullet holes in them and
for real,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah.
They have the Hustler Club. There's the Penthouse Club. There's Score. There's so many where there's really good-looking girls. I like them a little bit. I like a B club or a C club. I don't like the A clubs.
You want a little? You want just a?
Headquarters, yeah, that's a good club. I mean, I
You
like
want a
them
couple
little.
drops of skank?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit,
That-
right?
that-
little
that-
dirt.
That sounds like it would be in a commercial with just a couple of drops of skank. You know, it's like a sparkling drop of Redson. You know?
Right.
You don't want it. You want something going on, just a little bit.
If you need to clean up this miscarriage, just
Oh,
get
yeah.
a couple drops.
Gilbert, I love that laugh. I have to.
That's a
tell
great
you-
ad for a Swiffer, too.
I have to tell Gilbert to your face. I've said it a couple times on the show recently. Eric, one of our guys, he turned me on to your podcast. And
yes.
And I'm not a big movie guy, here and there. But you guys go pretty deep with the movies and stuff. But it's so fucking funny, man.
Oh, thank
and,
you.
And the episode you did with Artie Lang and talking about Tracy Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
so dark. I don't think I've ever heard anything darker, and so funny at the same time. That we actually grabbed that and just threw it on our channel.
Oh, yes.
Without even asking
Yeah,
permission. I'm like,
that's fine.
I'm like, we're just playing this. I'm not even asking anybody. Just basically saying how Tracy was milking it a little bit.
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit.
Because it seemed like, we both kind of got the impression he was walking around with a neck brace. You know, like, hey, see, I'm injured.
Yeah.
I'm injured. And then when Alec Baldwin and Tina Fey went on like the Saturday Night Live 40th and stood there very solemnly, practically doing the Tracy Morgan obituary.
Right.
I thought, this is like, you could see the dollar signs ringing up.
It certainly helped him out in the end.
Yeah, you know, like
You guys were under the impression that Tracy definitely could have made it to the SNL 40.
yeah. And I thought, but this is so much better because you figure if you're like Walmart and they're saying we really miss our friend and our heart goes out to his loved ones, they go, okay, just sign the check.
Whatever it takes.
Anything they want, just give it to
You
them.
think Sam Walton called the lawyer? Stop litigating. Fucking give him the money. Make him sign a non-disclosure.
Yeah,
But
they're-
it's Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal podcast
yes.
on gilbertgottfried.com. Subscribe to it on iTunes or SideshowNetwork.tv. And we have an upcoming episode with, I forget the guest's name.
Oh, I don't know. I think you've got quite a delightful episode planned, if I might interject.
Yeah, Jim's going to be on the podcast. When, next week?
Next Tuesday. It's at the Littlefield Theater, which is, where is that? It's part of New York Super Week. I don't know what that is. Is that a podcast week or something?
Yeah, it's big. I have no idea
Yeah, I don't
either.
Oh, so you do it live sometimes, huh?
Yeah.
The podcast?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we did a couple of live ones.
That's a little intimidating at times, even though you guys are used to being in front of people.
I like that, though. I liked having the audience
You can play
there.
off the energy of the room,
Yeah,
right?
because I'll throw out some really good riffs. Like, I'll see a guy's shirt. I'll see a guy with a striped shirt, and I'll be like, hey, it looks like you fell through an awning. You know, the people will laugh. Oh, that's clever.
Oh, they
And I
laugh
can
and
do
laugh.
my old, hey, that Asian guy in the third row.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a nice guy.
So, how 6 o'clock, where is the Littlefield Theater?
In Littlefield,
yes.
I guess. I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Is that Brooklyn or Manhattan?
You could get it from
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Oh, Park Slope, yeah.
At littlefieldnyc.com, I think.
That's what it is.
Because I think my website blew up or something.
Oh, I hope no one was
Yeah.
injured.
You don't pay attention to the website, Gilbert.
So what movies do you talk about?
A bunch. Well,
Well, you're the guy. Who's the guy that does the show with you?
Frank Santopadre.
Yeah, he knows his movies. He plays the straight man to Gilbert's laugh.
Yeah, he's
Hilarity.
They only
he's-
talk about Aladdin and Problem Child.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's the George Fenneman to my Groucho. You know,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
Al, you're
He
a
tries
lover.
to keep it in line.
Yeah.
and sometimes he has a very tough time doing that. His Gilbert just goes off. It's really, really good. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts, Gilbert. That's why I want to make sure you know this. It's very good.
Are you a bigger movie guy or is he?
I love old movies.
Yeah.
Old movies, old TV, old show business. But that's the thing. Like the whole reason, the whole idea for the show is like dying out. It's like every one of these people that I would have liked to have talked to each day, you find out they drop dead.
Right.
Who is your favorite guest so far?
Oh God, there's been
From movies.
Oh, from movies.
From the movie
oh,
world.
well, Danny Aiello was a lot of fun. He was he's out of his mind.
That's what I hear.
Yeah,
Really
that
fun.
Ford Apache fucking toss off the roof was a great
yes,
moment.
Yes, yeah. So he was great.
Yeah.
And let's see. We had on three cast members of Batman. Batman himself, Adam West.
Wow.
Julie Newmar, who was Catwoman.
so hot.
Lee Merriweather, who was the other Catwoman.
Sure.
What
And-
about Burt Ward?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
we haven't gotten Bert yet.
I heard he had a giant cock and they had to cover it with two.
We were talking about
Oh,
that.
is it true
that they
that-
tried to put padding or something
Just to
'cause
kinda
of
tape
his
it down.
enormous cock.
That's so
Really?
great.
Wow.
Good for him.
That's a good problem.
Did he ever do anything else? Like I never saw him in
Not
anything
really.
else.
Didn't he go into porn?
no.
I think he went into porn.
No.
Burt Ward?
I thought he went into porn.
That's probably a-
We're going to look that up
Who
right
am I
now.
thinking of?
We got the old Google up here.
Oh, Henry Winkler.
Oh.
Is he the nicest guy you've ever met?
Oh, yeah. Hi. I just want to say It's an honor to be here on your radio show. You are a true artist, and radio appreciates your greatness in a way that no other one can. I think you are like Christ returning to the earth.
He's a very soft-spoken man.
Yes.
Very genteel. Very genteel man.
Yes.
I think he
But
finally.
lovely. He's a lovely man.
I think he finally figured us out. He used to do our show,
Yes.
and we would be dumbfounded. We're like, he's too nice for us, and we actually had a good time with him.
Yeah, he'll come back.
But
He's a lovely
I don't
man.
know. We haven't had him in a while now.
He hasn't
so
been here much. You know, he's,
I don't know. Well,
he's the Fonz.
his only notable appearance since was the role of teacher Dick Murphy in the low-budget and softcore porn film Virgin High.
Yes.
Softcore.
Okay.
That's
All
Burt
right.
Ward.
That's soft cover. Is he alive? Softcore. Is he alive?
Well, what is softcore? What do they show? The boobies?
Nah, just tits and ass, but there'll be no
Little
leg
ass?
insertion.
yeah.
So you don't get to see his giant
No,
dick.
no genitals at all. in
No.
softcore.
No.
I've watched them shoot that.
They
like-
don't even show them. There's
No.
nothing.
I watched them shoot porn, and I watched them shoot. They also did like a rated, a single X version or a version that wasn't hardcore, and that looked like it was harder to shoot because there's a guy and a girl, and they're mashing their genitals together, but you can't see the genitals, and they're
Yeah.
fucking hard, but there's no intercourse, and that to me looked a lot harder than the actual sex.
Oh yeah, you're just like pounding your dick against,
yeah, against
something
on the outside of something, and
Yeah.
you can't actually stick it in where it belongs.
Is there underwear or is there?
no, they were nude.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because when you watch, like, you know, it's like that kind of porn they have in hotels, which is horrible.
Yes. the
And
worst.
it's like, so they're naked and they're on top of each. It's just like when Times Square used to have the live sex acts. And they'd be naked and on top of each other, but you knew they weren't really.
yeah.
They weren't
not
actually
really
doing
having
anything.
sex.
Yeah.
You need to know they're actually getting in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we would do
Yeah.
I used to go with Florentine and Bob Levy and Voss, but the old peep shows. Like there was one on 54th that was so great,
Oh, yeah.
and it had a window.
Oh yeah.
it had a window that.
Oh,
was
I read about it in the New York Times.
Yes, they
There
reviewed
was
it.
a big article. That's how I say, oh, yeah, I've heard all about it.
It was 54th and Broadway, and the window was face height, and you would tip them, and that was where I would eat girls' asses.
Really?
Yeah, it was for $5 tip, and she would put her ass right in the window, and God knows what other men were doing. You don't think of the other tongues that were
Wait.
in there.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
I don't think I've been to this place.
Yeah, it was
'cause
really
I would have
great.
remembered.
I remember we went to one back in the day. It was like an octagon, and you all had your separate like little
Yeah.
window area, and then you could see other creeps peeking in. One with my brother, we squeezed into one together, and he's grabbing at the girl's legs, and they're trying to climb out of this thing.
Oh
How
my
could you be there with your
God.
brother? Oh God.
Oh, we were all just Aunt was there and his
Oh,
wife at
oh,
the
it was
time.
a
There was a
whole
whole
thing.
bunch of us.
Wife.
Yeah, a whole bunch of us just went.
Yikes.
And they had this. It was pretty much an octagon. I guess they had private booths as well, but it was like more of a group setting, and you could
Right.
see everyone's windows going up. It was so fucking.
You just- is that-
Oh,
it was more funny than like
right.
You know,
Like, is that Dave Attell? Look at that.
When they had Show World
Yeah.
in Times Square, it was like that.
like that.
You'd be watching other guys. You'd be basically staring at other guys
Yeah.
through the girl's legs.
Yeah.
It was a really.
It was bizarre, right?
Oh yeah.
Just watching another guy ruining his life. It's like the two of you just looking at each other like, I don't know how I wound up here either.
right.
What happened
Oh.
to us?
One girl was just working the whole octagon
Yeah.
though, and
Yeah.
the windows would be going up and down because then you had to get more tokens. I think
Right.
it was the days of the tokens.
And then there was like where you'd put a quarter in, and it would show like about 12 seconds of a porn film, and then it would stop, and you'd have to. And I think they were purposely made for those things because it would always be like just when you thought something's
Yes.
going to happen, it would go off.
Yeah.
And then it would start up again. It looks like, oh, okay, well, now it'll definitely. And then you put it in another quarter.
Yeah, it was how they fucked you. And then all of a sudden, just with the lights go back on, and you realize there's no one on the other side through the hole, and you're like, oh no, I picked a bad one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
I wonder if you could Yelp these places. You think they have Yelp for peep show places?
Probably back then they would have. Now I think that it would just be. I don't know why am I answering that question like it's serious.
We
No, I'm serious.
Oh,
I'm
that was a
serious
good
because I
point.
wonder if you could,
We could probably
check
put-
it out out before you go. You
We
know.
can certainly go to Yelp.
They do it for
and-
massage places.
Ah.
I've seen them, not Yelp, but there was another one where they would review massage places. Like she'll give you a hand job or she'll do this. And I've never actually followed up on them, but they were like, go after hours if you want this or that. And,
Oh, that
Well,
helps.
Yeah, there is.
Here we go on Yelp. Best,
it is actually.
best
look at
peep
that.
shows in New York City.
Oh my God.
The Slipper
Wow.
Room is a
The Slipper Room. It's
Slipper's
a great
getting
description.
Four out of 5 stars for the Slipper Room. What are some of the reviews here?
Yeah, get some reviews.
Give me one good review for the Slipper Room.
Egg whites on the floor.
I'm not sure it's exactly what you're talking about, but it says the singing was great.
The singing was great.
Oh,
The
Maybe that's
host-
a euphemism.
that's code.
The
Yeah.
hosts so fun and funny, and the girls were so animated while they danced.
Yeah, these are like fucking. These are fun
that's-
places. I don't want that. I don't want a fun
That's
place.
burlesque.
Yeah, animated.
I heard that. I think Milton Berle said it. That Milton Berle said like the code years ago for saying like that a girl gave good head was you'd say, oh yeah, she was a good singer.
So
Yeah.
Maybe
So
that
maybe
is
there's
it.
So
something to
yeah.
it.
I like that.
Maybe something is going on there. E-Rock, who's also a big fan of Gilbert's, he said you got to ask Gilbert about Cesar Romero, who played the Joker, as we know, and the orange wedges. I don't know this.
Yes, I talk about this on my podcast.
Okay.
I think just about 3 times each show. The story I heard is Cesar Romero, who most famously the Joker in the Batman series. And he was like at first, yeah, there he is.
He kept his mustache in that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I remember he refused to shave it, even though he was making good money for this. It was a good role for him.
And so he was like, you know, in the movies he sang and danced and was a Latin lover and everything. But in real life he was gay. And what he was into is he would gather like the group of boy toys and he'd stand in the center of them, pull down his pants and underwear, and they'd fling orange wedges at his ass. This was somehow he figured out.
That was his thing?
Some people argue that it was actually tangerine wedges. That's the only argument I've got. Not that it happened, but what citrus fruit it was. The fact that citrus fruit was flung at his ass.
Right.
Everyone agrees. It's just what citrus fruit.
That is a weird one.
What a bizarre
That is
fetish.
strange.
When do you wake up one morning and go, "Oh, you know what would be feel
Right.
good"?
Right.
Wow, they call that move the soccer mom.
Wow. That is a bizarre. That probably happened once and he just liked it, or I don't know how you want someone to throw
Well,
food on you.
you got to
Yeah.
remember it was before the internet too, so you really had to get imaginative with
Right,
your,
right.
with your stuff. I love hearing you talk about old Hollywood. You have any other old Hollywood classic
I
stories?
mean, what's your favorite old movie? Because I'm a big Kiss of Death fan. With Widmark and fucking. I don't remember the guy who played Nick, the lead, and
Oh, is that
Vic
the
Mar?
one?
No, Victor Mature.
Oh, God, I
Where he
haven't
pushes her
seen
down
that
the
one.
steps in the wheelchair.
Yes.
You lying old hag, and he fucking ties the lady up in a fucking wheelchair.
Now is that with Richard Whitmore?
and he pushes her down the steps. It's phenomenal. It's
Yeah.
every guy's dream.
Yeah.
Every time you see a wheelchair, you're like, oh, I wish there was some steps and an electrical cord.
And he had that laugh like,
yeah. yeah, really
That's an
psychotic.
amazing scene.
But I don't like the acting back then as much. Like I don't like. I can't watch the older movies.
Well, because they came from the stage.
Yeah, it was more
it was a
theatrical.
new craft.
yeah. Well,
had to
you're not
find
going
their
to do
way.
that. Yeah. What are you doing, honey? It's just-
yeah.
What-
Oh, yeah.
What was the first big movie that changed that? You think, where you could see the adjustment happening?
Goonies.
The Goonies.
Oh, God.
I guess when everyone
Brando,
says
probably,
Brando,
right?
yeah.
I would say that.
Bogart hated him. I think he said Brando was cocky and young and arrogant, and I think Brando didn't like respect fucking Bogart as much as he wanted.
Yeah.
Like he's like, these guys, we had to wear suits in Hollywood, and then Brando's just coming in a fucking t-shirt and
Well, he really represented the new age
Think so.
for the time.
yeah.
Yeah, the old was out. Here comes the new.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess they figure Marlon changed it all. I don't know.
Stella.
Oh, but Henry Winkler
Yes.
basically discovered Marley Matlin.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he save her from an accident somehow?
Yeah.
Grabbed her.
I think being deaf is the most wonderful thing in the world. I envy people who have never heard music.
You picked up on his niceness, did you? Yeah, we used to say as soon as he left, that's the nicest guy in the world.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's so warm.
You can't even believe he played Fonzie. Not that Fonzie was that crazy of a character, but it's very different than Henry Winkler, the man.
My character, Hank Zisler. Is that the character? That's the character's name that he writes about?
Zipzer.
A Zipzer, right?
Yeah.
Hank Zipzer.
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
That's
Hank
right.
Zipzer.
Those children's books.
Yeah.
Because it's about a kid with dyslexia.
That has a
Yeah.
ghost friend or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, right?
And a big old secret, I bet.
And a
Yeah.
big old
And a big old secret he's never found a way to tell people. Yes, Hank has a secret.
Yeah.
Henry
Yeah, Hank
Winkler.
Zipzer.
He was also in a movie, Lords of Flatbush.
Yes.
Oh,
with
yes.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yes.
Okay.
Brooklyn Gang or something.
Yeah, and Perry King.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, I remember the theme song.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, hey, what do you say? Looks like it's gonna be a very fine day. My girl is with me today. Looks like some real fine things are coming my way. Hey, hey, what do you say? Looks like it's gonna be a very fine day. Just hanging out with nothing to do. Lucky, lucky me that I bumped into you. Looking so good, looking so fine. I wonder, 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 should I make you mine? Bow, 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 bow. And then it continues.
I'm suddenly
Wow,
jealous of
that's-
Marley Matlin.
I want to hear the opening because I remember his name
Let's
was
hear a little
Butchie
bit
in
of
that.
that.
Yeah, right now, Marley Matlin is going, "Can he please be quiet? When he's not singing, please."
Oh, my
Oh
God.
boy.
It's a little rough. How do you know this?
Yeah, Stallone, him. Wow, they're just standing there.
Yeah.
Perry King, Paul Mace. Wow, they were all equally billed.
That's the chubby Stallone, too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very beefy.
That's the first Rocky Stallone.
Did Dice get his look from the early Stallone look?
Yeah, very big
yeah.
Rocky guy. Travolta.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just putting a book. They're hiding a girl's book, putting it under their legs. It's really good-natured. You know? Unlike gangs today. They
Yeah.
fucking tie you up and shit in your mouth.
Slit your throat and throw you off a roof.
Harry King.
That's what Cesar Romero's gang used to do.
Yes. They would-
The orange
the
peel
Lords
gang.
of Flatbush are throwing orange peels into her vagina. You know, when I've told the story when I was a kid. We wanted to form a gang. We never did. We called ourselves the Lords. We really were fucking little jizz buckets.
Oh,
But we modeled. It was from there. That was where we got the name, Lords of Flatbush.
jeez.
Oh wow.
Can I remember Butchie broke his leg in it or something? Fonzie got hurt in it.
Oh yes.
I don't remember what happened. I remember being a big Fonzie fan, as most boys our age
Yeah.
were, and he got hurt. Butchie got hurt. I didn't like it because he was on crutches. I didn't like to see the Fonz on crutches.
On crutches,
Yeah.
showing his weakness.
Yeah. This was right around the time of Happy Days starting, too, 74.
When he barely had a role.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And then he became the breakout star, and they made it all about him.
Was it a good movie or shit? I don't really remember. It's been so many
Lord of
years.
I remember it as being good.
It's 1974.
74. But so many of them don't hold up, though. You think they're
Oh,
good,
yeah.
and you watch
Yeah.
them, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
God, that was a timing issue.
Yeah, there. Let's try to think of movies.
I was gonna say, what
that
movie-
just didn't hold up?
Yeah. All these years later.
Oh, God, what's it called? Made in America? No, wait, no, that's not the one. is that the one? Wait, what's the one?
I think you're thinking of Monster-in-Law.
No, no, that held up beautifully. No,
Coming to America?
no, which it's no. I was.
That's still good.
I don't know. That's a Gret's his best movie. The one I'm thinking of is what was the real racist one? from years ago. And
Birth of a Nation?
That I stink. Made in America. Birth of a Nation.
Oh, that's what you're
Yeah.
going for.
I was saying Birth of a Nation. God.
It
that
seems
would've been
racist now.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah. Yes.
Then it was 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Well, get another question from Eric. He's controlling the interview. He should just come
Where
in here
is
and
he?
hang.
Where
He
is
likes
he?
Gilbert.
You know what?
Eric, come in, you fucking
Yeah,
zilch.
Gilbert.
I've seen bits and pieces of on TV that really is slow moving and doesn't hold up. The Sean Connery James Bonds.
That doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
Those were fun. They were kitschy, though. It
Yeah.
was like a tongue-in-cheek.
He was still great. I still think of him as the best James Bond.
Oh, for sure.
But the movies seem like they're kind of slow now.
Slower, yeah. You
Movies
get
in-
one sex scene and one fight scene, and that's it.
Oh,
movies,
yeah.
movies in general were a lot slow.
People
a
are
lot
more
slower.
patient.
Yeah, there was a slower pace to them.
I didn't
Yeah.
like the Roger Moore ones because he was too tongue in cheek.
Oh, yeah.
Over the top, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Little puns and witticisms. I was like, oh, fuck you.
I'm a little tied up right now.
Yeah, I'm a little tight. Oh, yeah, it's just so annoying.
And he came right after Sean Connery or close at.
No, George
Lazenby.
Lazenby.
Well, he had to be the guy that they had to sacrifice.
Yeah.
That was all
Sean-
Lazenby's fault, though.
Because Sean Connery was so damn good, they knew that the next guy, that would be a tough spot.
Yeah.
And then they found
Although,
Roger Moore.
The weird part about it is they actually were going to do yet another movie with George Lazenby. They said it actually wound up doing well. And they were going to do another. And George Lazenby, thinking very intelligently, passed on it.
Wow.
That he didn't want. Yeah, not a smart move.
No, but didn't they bring back? There was a big lawsuit over one of the bonds, so they had somebody else do it. It was made. There was a huge lawsuit.
Now let's take that info. I want to know what George did instead of another Bond movie. What a
Oh,
dumb move
God,
on his part.
yeah.
What movie did he end up doing after that?
I don't know. I know George
Obviously,
went.
it's a movie
they're
none of us
considering.
know.
Well, it's
Thank you.
just like the next door neighbor in Married with Children.
Ted McGinley.
No, he came later on.
The the black haired
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
yeah.
that was married to the lesbian actress.
Yes. Darcy.
Yeah. He decided to leave the show, and I think he's said since then it was like the dumbest mistake of his life
Ever.
Well, what's the Eric Stoltz didn't do Back to the Future?
They fired him.
oh, they
Yeah.
fired him. Okay.
Yeah, I think
He got fired
because he was
They
wearing the
didn't-
mask.
Yeah, they started. They were already filming him, but they just didn't think it was working out.
Harvey Keitel in Apocalypse Now.
Wow.
They started shooting him. He originally had the part that Martin Sheen took, and it wasn't working out.
Oh,
That
You know?
sounds crazy.
Yeah, I think because he finally got up to Colonel Kurtz, he was like, "Show me how you suck a cock." So yeah, I think they fired him, or it might have been a scheduling issue. They painted it. I would love to see fucking footage of him as Colonel.
my God!
As Martin Sheen's character.
See, I think he would have been great in that part.
Yeah, it might have been. It might have been the schedule because I think Coppola
Yeah.
was going to go way over, and maybe he just didn't want to do it. I don't know how long they shot him for. Maybe a week.
Sounds crazy. You got to tell Harvey, look, this isn't working out.
That's
Can
got to
you
be
imagine
very
that?
hard.
Imagine that conversation.
Yeah, 1980. He was already famous.
So this is the movie George made instead of another James Bond
appears
flick.
so.
Oh, I don't know.
A little movie called Who Saw Her Die?
Oh, I
Ooh.
love that one.
That classic.
And on my podcast, we spent 5 episodes talking about who saw her die.
Well, the interesting thing is, it was about a clothing factory. It's spelled DYE. I'm teasing, gang. I don't want to get sued.
I guess Eric's not coming in here. He says, ask Gilbert about, the famous story, Danny Thomas and the Glass Table.
Oh, that's a classic.
Okay, according to legend,
Yes.
Danny Thomas, what he was into, he'd lie under a glass coffee table as girls would shit on the table.
Yeah, we've heard this story with other celebrities.
Sure,
around
some of us have lived it.
Who are the? Who, I mean, then you hear others where the shit falls directly on the. Who else have you heard this about?
Chuck
Sylvester-
Berry? Piss?
Chuck Berry.
Chuck
Stallone?
Berry.
Chuck Berry.
I've heard about Stallone.
Stallone, that
Again,
came out a bunch of years ago.
But Stallone I haven't heard as much. Danny Kaye I've heard,
Danny
and
Kaye I
Chuck
never
Berry
heard.
is the most famous
Well,
one
see,
I've heard.
Danny,
Oh, yeah.
the Danny Kaye that I've heard is that Danny Kaye and Laurence Olivier used to finger each other's assholes and stuff.
I never heard Danny. Was he gay, Danny? I didn't know that.
Danny Kaye?
Kaye. Oh, maybe they're just mispronouncing his name all those years.
Yeah. Danny Kaye and Laurence Olivier.
Wow, that's a
I
bombshell.
Heard, depending on who you hear the story from,
Yes.
one of them pretended to be a security agent at the airport and put on a mustache and French accent and said, "Oh, monsieur, you have to come with me. We we think you might have weapons or drugs." And it's either Danny Kaye or Olivier bringing the other one in, and I heard it was Danny Kaye, and he was going, "Oh, take off your pants and underwear, sir." And Olivier stripped naked, and Danny Kaye was sticking his finger
His digit
up
right up there.
Olivier's asshole.
Wow.
Some people say Olivier was sticking his finger in Danny Kaye's ass. I'd like to think that they both did.
Yes.
That's how you got knighted.
And because I think a relationship should be equal.
See, I heard that Danny Kaye was the one, and I heard that Olivier would say to him, he tied him up in a robe, and he would say, "Is it safe?" And then he put a drill in Danny's asshole.
I heard when Olivier was sticking his hand in Danny Kaye's ass, Danny Kaye could go, "Oh, Thumbelina, Thumbelina, tiny little thing."
Gilbert, you're like TMZ for the 40s.
Oh, and there's a great photo. Oh, my God.
We found a great picture of Danny Kaye where it looks like his hiney might be hurting right
and
there.
Olivier is right behind him.
And Danny Kaye has no shirt on, and he's leaning over a sink.
Oh, yeah.
no.
Okay, that's the smoking gun
He
right
was in
there.
good shape, Danny Kaye. I
Yeah.
didn't
Yes.
realize he was in great shape.
Yeah, he definitely worked on his arms in the gym.
Orson Welles in the back.
Which
Wow.
one's Orson? Oh, there's Orson. Yeah.
Oh, my God,
I
looks like
recognize
Jackie
Orson
Gleason.
Welles.
Oh, I
does.
didn't even see him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's that?
They
That's
all
the
put a
Olivier
finger
and
in
who
Danny
else?
Kaye's ass. It looks like
Someone named Robert Helpman.
Robert
Oh.
Helpman.
Oh, that was what fucking Danny Kaye was saying.
Help,
And so, 1951.
1951. Danny Kaye leaning over a sink with no shirt on,
Washing off his
with the boys behind him.
Yeah, all the boys.
All the boys
Yeah.
behind.
That's
Danny
right.
Kaye.
Olivier ready to do a little asshole fingering.
And Olivier has his hand in a fist.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
This must have been later in the relationship.
Now, there was another one.
Oh yeah.
This
Are we still talking about the glass table?
There was this actress who was married to a fighter. She was more modern day,
Vicky
like
LaMotta.
in the 80s. But supposedly there's a sex tape of her getting fisted in the ass and fighters have big hands.
Yes, with
too.
gloves on them, too.
Yeah.
Is it an actress we know?
Not an actress that if you ask me one movie or TV show she ever did, I couldn't name
I
it.
know who she is. It's
do?
Mabel King from What's Happening. It was after the diabetes cost her legs.
No, but she is at least black or half black.
Oh,
right.
half black.
Half
Black
black.
or half black.
Yeah.
Now the
Ruby D. It's Ruby D.
Now the glass coffee table, I would go underneath it for the goof. You'd go under for the goof, right?
Yeah.
But not for the turn on.
I don't know. See, I feel like if I did it, even as a goof, it's like something you can never turn back from. It like means you did it.
Yeah, but I would know
And
I'm
then-
doing it because it's just silly
yeah,
to me.
but see, people would talk about you for centuries.
Well, you don't let them know.
afterwards.
You kind of keep that under your hat.
no,
as it
we
were.
were trying to get it done in the studio for the goof.
Really?
Yes, I'd do it for the
And,
goof.
and
Wow.
what happened?
I would
She
just-
was constipated or something?
Exactly.
I would laugh like an idiot. I know I would.
Yeah, oh,
I would
yeah.
just start laughing.
Me
like,
too.
Who gets turned on by this?
I know.
Well, nah, some people do. That's a weird
Well,
one.
Jimmy's had stories over the years. Gilbert, have you heard those down at the Comedy Cellar? Jimmy and some of his stories.
I just made them up,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, some are disgusting. Yeah.
A little bit. They're just stories
Just stories.
I'm lying.
to pass the time.
It's not just some. yeah.
So who's this actress? I want to know who this half-black actress is.
Okay, I'll give you another hint.
Okay.
She for a while the biggest job I remember her doing was an infomercial where she's like basically the host.
Dionne Warwick.
No. That's a good one, though.
Yes, it certainly is.
But she was interviewing a psychic.
Mrs. Cleo?
No, this was a guy
Oh,
who
shit.
goes, I remember talking to Marilyn Monroe.
RFK!
Yeah. and it's that, which is good because, of course, Marilyn Monroe can really argue the point.
Right.
No kidding.
Oh, after she was dead, he was saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who this. Oprah. This is Oprah.
Yeah. Yes, it's Oprah.
Oprah's the actress.
Oh, we're looking.
Here.
You're gonna have to just write it down for us.
I don't know who she is.
We don't know.
This is the
Mom's Mabley. That's who it
Yeah.
was. Moms like to be
you go,
fisted in the rectum.
Would you please your fist in my ass?
Why isn't Eric coming in here?
I hope Merv Griffin shoves his fist in my ass and then offer teacher also shove his fist in my ass.
What was the big song she did? Where have they gone?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
JFK and
Oh, yeah.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
that one, Abraham.
Abraham Martin. and
Abraham
John.
Martin.
Where
Martin and
Martin
John.
and Abraham. Can you
Yeah.
play that? So where the fuck is that? Moms could really belt this
Yes.
one out.
Yeah.
Sing us a tune, you old babe.
Okay, Merv.
Hey, Mom.
There she is.
Oh, what a delight.
Yeah, here she goes.
Yeah.
This was a huge hit.
She dressed like a homeless woman.
Yeah.
Has anybody here?
Her voice is deeper than when I was doing
My
it.
old friend Abraham.
You
Oh,
didn't get
for
that as
Abraham,
deep as
yeah.
her.
Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people.
What is she referring to?
Seems a good guy,
Does she have teeth in her mouth?
No.
No.
No,
Okay,
she
it sounds
didn't
like she
have
doesn't.
teeth.
Yeah.
I just looked around and he was gone.
He was gone.
Oh, now I'm getting a hard on.
Yeah. That's right.
Here,
Well, she's going into the Kennedys now. Get your dicks out.
Put it in another quarter.
can you tell me where
This is a 4-quarter video.
Yeah.
Yes. She looks like English from Escape from Alcatraz. 2 reasons you didn't sit on my step. You can turn the volume down. We don't get it all
Yeah.
song. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
hear
It's
it for a
actually,
second.
I mean, it's
I
actually
couldn't-
a really
it's
good
an awesome,
song.
I just couldn't remember the
It
name.
really is. It's Gilbert had it. Abraham, Martin, and John.
Didn't she sing that too? Didn't Hugh Hefner had a show where he would interview people?
Oh, yes. Playboy After Dark.
Yeah, and he had like a lot of black performers on
And
way
he,
back.
he would always make it like it's a party going on at the Playboy
Yeah.
Club. And the door would open up, and it's like, oh, Robert Culp just stopped in. Hey, like it was a big surprise.
Yeah, very odd collection of people. But was Mom's Mabley on that? I know Sammy was on it. And for some reason,
Oh,
I think Mom's
sure,
Mabley.
she must have been. That was right around that time period.
And her singing that, I remember her. I vaguely remember her singing that in front of all these like fucking like hot Playboy bunnies.
Okay.
And they had to just sit there with their mouths
yes.
closed and enjoy it.
Yeah, you're trying to jerk off, and
Yeah.
then she comes.
Right.
Yeah.
Walks
Where
in the
has
middle of it.
Abraham gone?
And then you come
Oh
immediately.
no, Jimmy Durante got burned in a fire. What happened?
Hey. With Sammy Davis Jr. They just
That's
showed.
right. He
Now
introduced
I
her.
remember
Yeah.
Mom's Mabley's. I'm the only person who seems to remember this.
Not- I don't-
Mom's Mabley going on the Merv Griffin and singing Shamus of the Shul, which I remember. It went. He couldn't read, he couldn't write, but he was nobody's fool. That's why he could never be the Shamus of the Shul. Surprisingly, it was not a big hit.
What is the shamus of the shul?
I have no idea.
We gotta
I know what
find
a
that-
shul
find that one
is.
now.
I don't know what a shamus.
What's a shul?
A shoe.
The Jew place.
Oh, the shaman. Oh no, that's shaman. Are you sure it's not shaman of the shul?
Shaman?
Oh, I don't know. Shamus.
I gotta see this.
I don't know if this is it. We might have.
All
it
right,
here.
we're
Let's
just
see.
guessing.
Oh, well, let's see.
Hello, my little darling. Mom's got a new one for you.
Fire.
Oh, I give my children a slogan to carry 'em over for the week. Mom's slogan this week is, quit it if you can't do nothing with it.
They weren't all hits.
Yeah,
If you can do something with it, get it.
Get it. All right, where's the singing part?
I'm cutting ahead.
This was really filthy stuff back
Really?
then.
It was
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
very double entendre heavy.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
My name.
Well, that was back when you'd say nudist colony, and everyone, ooh, yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I saw Pat Cooper recently, and he was talking about doing Sullivan, and he said that you couldn't say pregnant, and he goes, you had to say expecting.
Yeah.
She was expecting.
Oh, yeah, that's the trouble they had with I Love Lucy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they couldn't say
Separate
pregnant.
beds
Right,
and all
where,
that
where it
crap.
should have been the whole racial thing.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing that wasn't a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Being married to a Cuban.
Cuban
Yeah,
fella.
what was all
Especially
silly.
back then.
Yeah, and the whole fucking storyline with Ethel and Fred.
Oh,
was
right. The
yeah.
the
Yeah.
orange slices.
Was that? Yeah. Yeah. Where Lucy would hold one of Ethel's legs and Fred would hold the other, and Ricky would try to throw his Babalu. Oh, I was going to say Babalu drums into her cunt, and my headphones fell off.
Kind of wrecked the punchline there.
Oh, it really spoiled
remember,
everything.
I remember when Mom's Mabley used to sing Babaloo drums into my cunt. That was, oh, Merv, and Arthur Treacher, I would like to sing Babaloo drums into my cunt. I've got Babaloo drums in my cunt. They got put there by Alan Funt.
This is the most press Mom's Mabley's ever gotten. She's at Caroline's this weekend, folks.
I like. Oh, God, Gilbert, you rule. E-Rock is finally in studio, and he's saying that they turned Ricky into a Puerto Rican. Really?
Oh.
Instead of Cuban, you think that was the whole Castro thing, or?
He was Cuban at the
Well, that was
start.
before Castro.
Wait, get into a mic. That's
In the
on.
50s.
He was Cuban for how
He was-
long?
I don't know how long, but when they started the show, he was Cuban, and then when the whole thing went down, all of a sudden he was Puerto Rican. They just said he was Puerto Rican. And
I never knew they said he was Puerto
I had
Rican.
no
I never heard
this
the
either.
Puerto
I
Rican
never heard
part.
that either.
No.
Because the whole Cuban thing was obviously a huge storyline.
Yeah.
Right, he was a Cuban player at the bongos and the
Yeah.
conga. and all
E-Rock is
that.
wrong.
And when he shoved his drums at Mom's Mabley's cunt.
Yes.
Oh, but you couldn't say drums. Back then. You had to say percussion instruments into her cunt. I got percussion instruments in my cunt.
Where's John Bonham gone?
I like Derwood Kirby and Alan Fund.
Oh, there's so few people that rhyme with content.
Eventually, if I lived long enough, I would have met Helen Hunt.
Eric, you got a question for Gilbert? E-Rock. From the podcast or anything?
Well, you already covered all the highlights with Danny Thomas and Cesar Romero.
Well, now I got to go back and listen to those podcasts.
But he just had Bob Costas on.
Oh, how was
not
that?
too long ago. It
Oh,
was really good.
he was great, Bob
Really?
Costas.
Did he loosen up a little bit?
I told him,
Yeah?
I was telling him like some long, dirty joke. And Bob Costas, actually, it's on my Facebook page. We put it up. Bob Costas actually fell to the ground and was crawling around on all fours laughing. So
Wow.
he actually loosened up.
Wow, I'm surprised.
that
I'm surprised he would do your podcast. Someone like Bob
And,
Costas.
and he told a story about when it was like the day of, I don't know, the years after the Munich massacre.
Yeah, 72.
Yeah, he thought they should do like something to mention it. And the Olympic Committee was totally against that. They said, no, that's politics. We don't get involved. And he said, he said, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm having a moment of silence.
good for him.
Yeah. And I thought that was, so that I have great respect.
Yeah.
We found the clip. It's only a minute. I got to see this. It's from.
Was it to honor the perpetrators? Costas is a real anti-Semite.
It's from Gilbert's Facebook page, and we'll tweet it out because it's a YouTube video. It's Bob Costas dives under table.
And then he goes, all right, lie down on the couch. And the model lies down naked on the couch. And the old Jewish man gets on top of her. And he starts squeezing her tits and her ass and sucking on her tits.
Costas,
Wow.
Costas is lying under the table. He's hiding under the table.
He's hiding. You got Bob Costas crawling around on all fours.
Oh, that's great. Oh my God.
Oh my God! You humanized Bob Costas.
Yes.
he's crawling around on the floor.
He's in a complete circle. On
He's just trying to
Come
hide.
back to us.
Wow,
he
that's a great
the
clip.
entire
Wow.
room on his hands and knees. You have to see.
That's amazing.
It's like a home movie at Danny Kaye's house.
Did
It
you
all
know?
starts off fun. He's laying under the table.
Did you know Bob Costas before that?
I never met him. I heard someone told me he was a fan of mine, so I
That's
figured-
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have to go at 10. That sucks.
Yeah.
He does, right?
I have
Sort
to,
of, kinda.
Yeah, I have to do. Actually, I'm doing a recording for Cyber Chase, which is a children's cartoon
That's a pedophilia?
on PBS.
I haven't seen Cyber Chase yet. My
No,
kid,
I've been involved in them.
I'm doing the Mom's Mabley character.
enjoying this song he's gonna do.
Rich Little will be doing Merv Griffin and Arthur Treacher.
Yeah, and maybe Johnny Carson. I'll
Oh yeah.
I'll take Monday off.
Cyber Chase. I might have to get the kids into this. Is it for the younger kids or?
Oh yeah. I
All right.
think, yeah.
I'll check it out. I'll have the kids check it out. Gilbert, what I love about you is where you just completely go over the line with your comedy.
Well, at least it's never gotten me in trouble.
Well,
Thank God.
but you,
Thank God I've never lost work over it.
but you never really cared about that in general. You knew what the consequences would be. But I respect you for that, for real, because people always
you know
wonder
what
where the
happens
line is.
on the podcast a lot? I don't know how many times the guest will call the next day because they loosen up and and they go, I do like a children's show. Could you cut out that thing about eating a girl's asshole out while she's jerking me off? Can you that part? I thought I was pushing it a little because I'm a regular character on Sesame Street. And, could you cut out the part where a guy's fisting me in the ass because I am Mr. Rogers after all?
That was your Activia sponsor.
Could you cut out where I'm shoving bongo drums in Mom's Mabley's gun?
Percussion.
Percussion
Instruments.
I'm sorry. See, I said bongo drums. Could you cut out the bongo drums and just leave in cunt?
Could you dub in another instrument?
Yeah.
I have a Les Paul sponsorship.
That's great. Yeah, you get them to loosen up, and then they go home and like, oh man. They take that shower to get the filth off them, and then realize I got to call Gilbert. I might be in trouble with that one.
Do you take the stuff out?
Yeah, because
Sometimes-
I don't want to lose work for them.
Yeah.
You know, me, I don't care so much.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
I love where you just blow past that line, though,
Yeah.
Gilbert. For real, man.
It's
For
a
real.
great cover for the podcast too. It's like an old movie. It looks like an
Yeah.
old movie poster.
Oh, yeah.
Which is it's got Gilbert's head on it. It looks like something that was drawn in 1952. It's like an old school movie poster.
Eric, you had something over there.
Two other great things about Gilbert's podcast is one is Gilbert is like the human Mr. Skin. So he knows in old movies he can tell you who was naked and where they were naked in the movie.
And that's coming from Mr. Skin Tag. So
Yes.
Plus, he always tries to find out
Just moves on.
which old actor was hiding from being Jewish.
Ah.
Oh,
back in
yeah.
the
Well,
day.
Cary Grant.
oh,
Jew?
Cary Grant was a Jew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Got to take that poster down.
Yeah.
We've talked about it on our show when we were growing up. They would just throw tits in a movie just for the quick thrill, and then
Oh, yeah.
and then we lost about 2 decades. It's finally coming back again.
I
but
know.
that used to be great in these
They
movies.
used to be like, particularly like the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Became
Yes.
great for just. They'd throw in, they'd have like nudity for
Yeah.
no reason,
No reason
other
whatsoever.
than nudity. And there would be these movies like Blame It on Rio.
Oh, yeah.
and
Michael
stuff
Caine.
Like, yeah. And they just have like naked girls all around.
They were just titillating.
yeah.
And you know, I am more turned on by R-rated nudity than porn.
I'm completely with
Come
you on
on.
that. Yes, it's the same.
Yeah,
What?
I don't know what it is, but you know,
It leaves a little to the imagination.
also it's like the girls in R-rated nudity are actually a lot of them legitimate actresses
Right.
getting naked.
And it's
When-
and it feels more believable.
yeah.
That's what gets you too. Like, oh,
Yeah.
this could actually happen.
And when you see a porn actress, you go, you know, she's got every disease in the world.
I don't know if I should be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
doing this. That takes you out a little bit.
When you see Mom's Maybelline having, percussion. Oh, Mom, could you shove some percussion instrument inside my cunt? Thank you all for treating.
Never gets new.
I think. Yeah, go, Gilbert.
So it's Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast. You can hear it on gilbertgottfried.com. Subscribe on iTunes, SideshowNetwork.tv. And my Twitter is at RealGilbert. Real Gilbert. And
keeping out
Jim,
of
you
trouble?
want to tell him this thing that's coming up
Well, next
with
Tuesday.
someone from this show?
Oh my God! Welcome to Treat City.
That's Treat Williams' new
That's-
series.
October 6th, I'm doing Gilbert's podcast, Littlefield Theater, which I think
Nice.
it's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's 6 o'clock are the doors open, 7 o'clock's the podcast. Tickets are $15. And it's part of this New York Super Week for podcasts. And if you want to see Gilbert live, October 8 through 10, a great club in Tampa, Side Splitters, which is a really awesome room.
Yeah.
October 17th, Governors in Long Island in Levittown.
Great club.
October 22 through 24, Philly and Helium, which is an amazing club. And the 29th through 31st, I've never done this place, Jukebox in Peoria, Illinois.
Oh, it's a good room.
Yeah. And then I don't know what, I understand, nope, I almost had a real bad joke and I cut the cord.
Yeah. And you're staying out of trouble, Gilbert, on the Twitter and all.
Yeah, well, see,
No
first
controversies?
First, I have to get a job again,
And then you
I
can't help
could get
yourself.
in trouble.
They can't fire you from the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, we finally did it, Gilbert. We've been looking forward to this for a long time. So I really appreciate you coming on. For real.
See?
I've always been a huge fan of yours.
Oh,
Huge.
thank you.
Just going serious for a second, that's all.
Yeah.
Now we can go back to